Hello, good morning, everyone. So amazing to see you all and to be a part of your lives. And I just appreciate you all watching and sharing and joining with me every single day to go on this journey of self-discovery, self-love, self-appreciation, self-praise. It's just very, very wonderful. As you all know, I am the Conscious Love Coach, Vane Thomas, the author of Making a Comeback from Monster to Man. And I want to, hey, what up, Tan? I want to talk about something that is very, very, very important and reveal a secret that many of us men as well as women do not know. The question that I had that ran across my mind this morning that I believe every woman would want to know is, why are men so numb? Why are men so numb? Why can't I get my man to express his emotions? Why can't I get my man to tell me what's on his mind? Why will my man overlook a woman that he really likes and that he really enjoys for a woman that meets the standard quote of what other people think that a woman is? Well, a few things. We men ignore or become numb, first of all, because we have been, I don't want to say that word. Most times we become numb because we've been giving a false sense of self. Number one, a false sense of self. That's number one. I believe that I am what I have. I believe that I am what I attract to me. I believe that I am what I have around me and with me. But at the same time, I cannot build all of these things around me and neglect the journey and the work and the fight and the training that I have to do within. So men become numb, first of all, because we have a false sense of self. The second thing that causes us men to become numb is society. Society teaches us that men ought to be this way, men ought not to feel, men ought to do this and do that. And all of us know, especially you, Tan, you know that when I go about my life and I do not work out and work the muscles that I have, well, what happened is that my body will begin to eat on those muscles and turn those muscles into fat and cover them up with unwanted excess, unwanted weight. So we men, because we have not been exercising our emotions and our will and what we want and what we desire, it has totally become numb. It's like it doesn't even exist. It's like it does not even exist. My emotion does not even exist. How can a man be attracted to a woman? And I used to deal with this. How can a man be attracted to a woman and behind closed doors he's affectionate with her, he's open with her, he likes her, he loves her, he doesn't understand it, but he feels for her an affection that he's never felt with anyone else? But when people come around, his story is, she's my friend. Oh, no. No, she's my sister. No. Well, what makes a man become numb? See, with us being in society, what society teaches us is to ignore the true self. The true self is within. Ignore your emotions, ignore your intuition, ignore your heart, and listen to your head. Notice how many of us men are always in our head. Don't talk about your emotions. Don't talk about how you feel in the bedroom. Don't talk about what you want. Don't da 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 da. So after a while of having all of these pressures on us, we become numb. So not only does society make us numb by making us... Now here's the thing. The person that you're with today, right? People that you think are attractive today, those people, you have been trained. Now this is a little out there, so let's go. Those people, you have been trained to like them or to love them. Because your society, what is around you, trained you. If your mother was overweight, then you may pick a woman that was overweight. If your mother was skinny, you may pick a woman that's skinny. If you watch a lot of porno, then you may pick a woman that looks like the women that were in the porno. If you watch, if you were looking at Playboy magazines, you may like a woman with big breasts. If you did that, then you may. But that's society framing what you're supposed to do and framing what you're supposed to think, and at the same time not giving you the choice and the opportunity to recognize that yes, all of this is nice, but what am I feeling? Because if I don't use these emotions, I will eventually lose these emotions, and I will begin to distort my emotions and say to myself and other people, this is what I feel, and to them become a liar because I'm always second guessing myself. So how do we practice? Another thing that makes men become numb, hey, Aunt Tahar, I love you, is lying to ourselves. Lying to ourselves. There may be people that you have, you got into your relationship with your significant other, and you said, well, I'm going to cut all of these people off, and I don't feel nothing for these people, and da-da-da-da-da, and that's not the truth. Those persons were used to render a service to your soul so that you could heal on a certain dimension. The person that you're with, they healed you, yes. Your friends, your family, they heal you. But these other people in which you have lied to yourself and told yourself, and you still, even though you let them out of your life, you're still looking them up and seeing how they're doing and still feeling them and feeling connected to them sometimes. Well, what is that? That's a portion and a dimension of your soul that is supposed to be helped heal and be made whole with that person, through interacting with that person, through talking with that person. Last night I had a wonderful healing session with a young lady that I was encountered with years ago, and I love my wife, and I still love her to this day. And we began to talk, and we began to, and she said, well, something is coming up. I said, okay, well, what is it? What is coming up? She said, I remember that you broke my heart, and you this and da. And I said, I'm sorry. I was young. I wasn't thinking. I was hurt. I grew up in man, I'm sorry. Sorry. Apologize. I grew up in a lot of pain. I grew up in a lot of denial. I grew up in a lot of resentment. I grew up in a lot of fear. I grew up, and that's not my excuse. And I'm working through it now, and I'm coming out of it now. But I apologize. She said, she texted me and said, I'm crying. She said, I can't stop crying. She said, I needed that, and I didn't even know I needed it. What? How many of us are infecting our lives and other people's lives because we have left a memory there, and because we're so numb and we can't really heal and operate on our own selves without thinking what other people are going to think or what other people are going to say, we rid ourselves or keep ourselves from this dimension of openness and cause ourselves to continuously be numb. So how do I, and I've got to get out of here because I think my time is running up. How do I get out of being numb? First of all, I recognize the lie that's been told to me. Yes, my outside matters, but my inside is the truth of who I am. Lauryn Hill, the philosopher Lauryn Hill, said it a long time ago, how you going to win if you're not right within? Secondly, I have to recognize what society has taught me and begin to go through my life and say, oh man, yeah, I used to watch that on porno. Oh man, I used to see that over here. Oh man, my mother was this size. Oh yeah, and recognize the truth. Recognize what you what you've been attracted to, and recognize where it came from, where that attraction came from. Then I want you to begin to be honest with yourself about what you feel. I have a quote unquote type, right? Well, I had a type. Now, as I get older, I'm recognizing that it really doesn't matter about the quote unquote type that I had. I feel an affection and a compassion and a love for women that I'm attracted to without them even being the quote unquote my type. It's just something that I feel from them. It may be nurturing, it may be loving, it may be compassion, it may be business, it may be whatever it is, but it makes me want to be a healer to them and love them in a certain way. Does that make sense? So here's the simplest way to connect with yourself. Here's the simplest way to connect with yourself. Yesterday, I was talking to my friend John, and John said, man, I've been eating, I just got through fixing me a wonderful, thank you, Lynette, love you. Please share this for me, Lynette. You got the power, baby. John said to me, he said, man, I just fixed me some fish, and I thank you, Lynette. I just fixed me some fish, and I fixed me some salad. He said, for about a few days, man, my body has just been wanting salad. Here's the easiest way to get yourself out of being unnumb. Because if you can train your body and your belly, that's the hardest thing to control. Your stomach, your belly always has an appetite. You can be done eating, see a piece of chocolate and say, oh, let me taste that. Oh, let me. If you can train your belly, you can train your life. In your belly sits a energy center. And that energy center is, the sound for it is lam, L-A-M. The color for it is gold or yellow. It represents light and illumination for your emotions. It'll bring wealth and clarity to your emotions, to your soul. So here's what I want you to do. One of the hardest things for us to do is to see what my friend did the other day was powerful, but he's been in tune with himself for a while, so he knows exactly what his body is saying and what he wants. So here's the thing. Lately, have you been asking yourself, man, I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want to eat. Here's your practice. How about before you eat a meal, check in with yourself and see, is this really what you want? This is an exercise to help you become unnumb. Now watch this. Once you do this in this area, then you can check in with yourself in every other area of your life. This morning I checked in with myself. Said, do you want eggs? No. Do you want some greens? No. Do you want... You know what? I want a smoothie. As a matter of fact, my intuition was specific and said, you know what? I want a kale pineapple smoothie. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't want anything. That's what I want. And the more you check in with yourself and the more you grant yourself those requests, the more you fulfill those requests of what you want, the more unnumb you begin to become. Well, this has been Vane Thomas, the author of Making a Comeback from Monster Man, the journey of becoming a better lover. Like this, share this. Thank you so much for your commitment to me and to yourself to grow and to expand and to flourish and to deal with some hidden things that you didn't even know were there. You know, I was talking to someone yesterday, two people, the young lady that I spoke of that says, hey, I'm crying now and I didn't even know I needed that apology. You know, there were things in us that we don't even know that we need to deal with because we spend so much time in life doing that we step out of being. There are pains that people, you know, I look through my Instagram and my Facebook page and I see certain people and I feel a certain kind of way like, man, this person said this to me and that really did hurt and I never addressed it. And I would have never known it was there unless I went down that page and, I saw them and felt something. It felt like cussing them out. Or you understand what I'm saying? So those things have to be dealt with. The more we ignore them, the more numb we become. The more we ignore it, the more we ignite it. But the more we acknowledge it, the more we have the power to heal it. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. I see some people online that, Pastor Butler, thank you. Pastor Beecham, thank you. Prophet Adele, thank you. Nikita Green, thank you. All of you people, my mother is online. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, wonderful. Well, it's not, Queen just brought me something. Listen, guys, please like and share this for me. Like and share this for me, because this is healing. Why men become numb and how men can get out of being numb. Recognize your emotion, feel your emotion, and express what you feel. And once you express it, that numbness that you felt you'll begin to feel more and more sensation. Well, remember, we're inspiring the world to live greater. Live greater. Peace.